KU 92.7 FM, Benin City. First, the headlines. Edo State government orders primary schools to resume despite strike action. Presidency attacks Transparency International over Nigeria's poor corruption rating. Dutch court orders Shell to pay Nigerian farmers compensation over oil spills. On entertainment, United States actress Cicely Tyson dies, age 96. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kaduri. Now the news in detail. The Edo State government says public primary schools will resume on 1st of February 2021, despite the strike action embarked upon by the Nigerian Union of Teachers in the state. It said that teachers who fail to make themselves present when the school resumes will have to forfeit their salary. This was announced in a statement issued by the Secretary to the state government, Osarodion Ogie, Esquire, on Friday. He added that the government has activated the no work, no pay policy. According to the statement, parents are expected to make their children and wards ready for resumption on this date. Ogie said all public school teachers and head teachers are required to be present in their various schools. He further said that head teachers and teachers who are desirous of staying away from work in support of the sponsored strike action by certain elements of the Edo State branch of the National Union of Teachers are required to hand over all school property in their custody to their respective education secretaries. The presidency has accused Transparency International of releasing sensational and baseless rating in Nigeria and the fight against corruption. President Muhammadu Buhari's spokesperson, Garba Shehu, said this in a statement in reaction to the latest Transparency International Corruption Perception Index, CPI. Nigeria dropped 3 places and scored lower in number of points than in the previous year's record. This is an indicator that corruption is perceived to have worsened in the country within the last 1 year. The fresh TI CPI says Nigeria scored 25 of 100, which is 1 point less than its 26 points in the previous year. It says Nigeria is now 149 out of 180 countries, a record that's 3 steps lower than its rank of 146 in 2019. In his statement, Shehu said the Buhari administration is currently analyzing the sources of data used in preparing the report. Major General Leo Irabo has taken over command as the new Chief of Defense Staff. He succeeded General Gabriel Onanisakin, who served for 5 years and 6 months as the 16th Chief of Defense Staff. The handover ceremony was held in Abuja today. Rear Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo also took over command as the 21st Indigenous Chief of Naval Staff. Gambo was born on 22nd of April 1966 and hails from the Nasarawa local government area of Kano State. He enlisted into the Nigerian Navy in 1984 as a member of the Regular Course 36 and was commissioned sub-lieutenant in 1988. Meanwhile, the former Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Abubakar Sadiq, has urged Nigerians to extend support to his successor, Air Vice Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao. Sadiq resigned from the position on January 26, leading to the appointment of Amao by President Muhammadu Buhari. The 20th Chief of Air Staff, who handed over to his successor on Friday after serving in the position for 5 years, thanked all those who supported his tenure. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has issued a Lassa fever public health advisory to Nigerians. In the advisory, the Director General NCDC, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu, said the people of all age groups who come in contact with the urine, feces, saliva or blood of rats are at risk of getting Lassa fever. He said others at risk include people living in rat-infested environments, which increases their chances of coming in contact with rats, and people who consume potentially contaminated foodstuff, especially those left open overnight or dried outside in the open. Others are people who handle or process rodents for consumption, and people who do not perform hand hygiene when appropriate. To reduce the risk of Lassa fever, Ihekwe also advised Nigerians to ensure proper environmental sanitation, keep the environment clean at all times, and block all holes in homes to prevent rats from entry. A Dutch court on Friday ordered Shell to pay compensation in a long-running case brought by 4 Nigerian farmers who accused the oil giant of causing widespread pollution. After 13 years of legal battle, an appeal court in The Hague ruled that Shell's Nigerian branch must pay out for oil spills on land in 2 villages. It also held the Anglo-Dutch parent company Royal Dutch Shell liable for installing new pipeline equipment to prevent further devastating spills in the Niger Delta region. The case, backed by the Netherlands arm of environment group Friends of the Earth, has dragged on so long that 2 of the Nigerian farmers have died since it was first filed in 2008. The court said the amount of damages will be determined later. It did not specify how many of the 4 farmers would receive compensation. Coming up in a moment, 424 more Nigerians arrive in Abuja from Saudi Arabia.
Split seconds. There's a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having a reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
Welcome back. Still in the news, 424 more Nigerians stranded in Saudi Arabia have arrived in Abuja. The chairman, Nigerians in the Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri-Erewa, made this known via her Twitter handle on Friday. 384 Nigerians stranded in Saudi Arabia earlier arrived in the country on Thursday. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs had disclosed on Wednesday that 802 Nigerians would return from Saudi Arabia on Thursday and Friday. It said the returnees will be quarantined at the Federal Capital Territory Hajj camp for 14 days in line with the COVID-19 protocols. A federal high court in Abuja has voided the election of the member of Kogi State Assembly, Atule Egbunu, representing Ibaji constituency on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC. In his place, Justice Inyang Ekwo ordered that the candidate of the party that came second in the December 5th, 2020 by-elections, which produced Egbunu, should be inaugurated in place of the sacked APC candidate. Justice Ekwo gave the order in a judgment on Friday in the suit filed by Joseph Enemona, in which he challenged the propriety of the primary election conducted by his party, the APC, to choose a candidate for the by-election. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, declared APC's Egbunu winner with 8,515 votes, while PDP's candidate for the election, Daniel Enefola, came second with 4,564 votes in the December in the December 5, 2020 election. Zinat El-Zakzaki, wife of the leader Islamic Movement of Nigeria, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, will continue her COVID-19 treatment in Kaduna State Correctional Facility, despite a court order to vacate her to a government isolation center to commence treatment for COVID-19. This is after her family and counsel told the court that she is recovering from the virus and will no longer need to be moved from the Nigerian Correctional Center for treatment. In a statement by her son, Mohammed, he explained that the decision for Zina to remain at the correctional facility was because all the NCDC-approved COVID-19 treatment centers in Kaduna State were found to be inadequate to treat his mother, especially because of her underlying health challenges. Mohammed said that the IMN medical team recommended that except an adequate environment is found, she should remain at the correctional facility. Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, Obiagele's film, The Milkmaid, makes international feature film eligibility list for Oscars 2021. Details in a moment after this break. You're still on to Newsbreak on K92.7 FM, Benin City. On entertainment, Nigeria's Oscar submission has scaled through one stage of the international feature film category selection. The film, The Milkmaid, was recently listed in the Oscars eligibility for consideration list, a first-time achievement for Nigeria since the country joined the Oscars race in 2019. It was produced by Desmond Obiageli and will join other submissions to the voting stage. Recall Genevieve Naji's Lionheart was disqualified at this stage in 2019 for not meeting the language requirement. Nigeria's disqualification got international attention, with the awards critics insisting that the disqualification was unmerited as English is Nigeria's official language. Pioneering Hollywood actress Cicely Tyson, who was known for portraying strong African-American characters, has died at the age of 96, her manager has said. No cause of the death was given. The former fashion model had a career that spanned 7 decades. Tyson won 2 Emmys for her performance in the 1974 Civil Rights era film, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. She also became the first black woman to take on a main role in the TV drama East Side, West Side in the 1960s. Presenting Tyson with the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016, the then U.S. President, Barack Obama, said that apart from her achievements as an actress, she had also shaped the course of history. Cicely Tyson turned down stereotypical roles for black women, agreeing only to play characters that were strong, positive, and realistic. And that's the news. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Edo State government orders primary schools to resume despite strike action. Presidency attacks Transparency International over Nigeria's poor corruption rating. Dutch court orders Shell to pay Nigerian farmers over oil spills. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on radiogarden.com. KUFM Newsbreak was produced by Nusakai Uwadiai and Benjamin Kaduri.